It is effortless to fall for a narcissistic individual's love bombing behaviour, especially when we don't have the awareness of the behaviour. You'll often notice, if you look back to when a narcissistic individual was love bombing you, you kind of knew that something wasn't quite right. Your instincts were telling you, but we're kind of taught in life to ignore our instincts rather than trust them and sort of go with the flow, especially when we can't see anything to tell us otherwise. However, when something is too good to be true, it usually is. That doesn't mean completely step away. That means just take your time in the given situation to work out what is truly going on. When it comes to the narcissist love bombing, these are very similar to the love languages, which is why it's so easy to get pulled in by them. They are human behaviors that narcissistic people twist and use to their advantage. Gary Chapman, I believe, came up with the 5 love languages, which are based around the different ways that people express their love for one another or experience love with one another. So there's things such as words of affirmation, and people usually tend to have 1 or 2 top love languages. So those that have words of affirmation will often compliment other people, praise other people, recognize other people from a genuine, authentic place. And they often like other people complimenting them, praising them, telling them how kind it was that they did something, which can seem like the narcissistic individual who's looking for that excessive attention. Somebody whose primary love language is words of affirmation isn't looking for that excessive attention. It just makes them feel good if someone praises them. It also makes them feel good if they praise another person. Narcissistic individuals, they enjoy getting all the praise and recognition. However, they're very envious of others for getting praise and recognition. That doesn't make them feel so good. And they will often use flattery instead of compliments. Another love language is the acts of service. So you can often feel more connected to somebody when they are doing things for you, when they are helping you out, when they are providing you a service. And you can then usually provide them a service. And again, you enjoy providing other people that service as much as you enjoy receiving that service. With a narcissistic individual, they love people serving them, bending over backwards to help them and do things for them. They're not so keen on having to do things for others, and anything they do for you, every action is a transaction. They expect something in return and they demand that eternal gratitude. They will use it against you later down the line to get something from you. The giving of gifts is another love language. So you can usually enjoy giving somebody else a gift. It makes you feel good giving somebody something. And you can enjoy receiving something if that is one of your love languages. You can also get to a point with some people where they enjoy giving, but they're not overly keen on receiving as such. But they do enjoy giving. With a narcissistic individual, they enjoy receiving. They only give if they can take something. So they will lavish you with those excessive gifts and those extravagant trips in the beginning, in the love bombing, to create that emotional attachment so that they can have you where they want you. But then they believe you owe them, which is why they will say, after all I've done for you. Quality time is another love language, so you can enjoy spending time with somebody and appreciate when they want to spend time around you. In the beginning of a narcissistic relationship, they are going to want to spend excessive amounts of time with you to the point where you will be cut off from extended friends and family. However, because you're in that honeymoon period that most relationships can have, because you're not recognizing you're in that love bombing stage, believing it to be more the honeymoon stage, and they're treating you so well, and they're giving you that flattery, and they're providing those acts of service, and they're giving you those gifts, it can feel intense, not recognizing that it's not actually love that you're experiencing, it is that intensity. Yet why wouldn't you want to spend time with somebody who is treating you so well? And they are treating you so well in that moment to get you where they want you. Physical touch is another love language where people might enjoy just the hug, the pat on the back, the physical touch. And with a narcissistic individual, they take this too far because they come on strong with that love bombing, and then they don't respect your boundaries. They push that intimacy very early on in the relationship. And as much as you can feel yourself wanting to say no due to how they're treating you, you can find yourself going against who you are as a person to serve who they are as a person. When it comes to the love languages, these are to understand and improve communication with each other. When it comes to a narcissist, they will use these to understand you so that they can manipulate you. Love bombing is a manipulative tactic, showering you with those excessive gifts, excessive affection, excessive flattery. They overwhelm you. It's in the excess. And you might turn to the narcissist for validation because they've been giving you so much validation, not recognizing that it's an unhealthy dynamic. It's an unhealthy relationship. You end up becoming trauma bonded to them because the highs release chemicals such as dopamine, which is addictive, especially when it's in the excess. And then when they're not getting their own way with you, they begin to devalue you and criticize you and mock you and make you believe there's something wrong with you, and that's why they're not interested in you. They fall silent on you, and the stress releases that cortisol, which is also addictive and can cause plenty of physical health issues. You want what you had in the beginning with them because it was so wonderful, it was so amazing. So when they want something from you and they come back with that intermittent reinforcement and that love bombing, narcissistic parents use this because children who are being emotionally abused by their parents tend to not fall out of love with their parents. They often feel unlovable and unworthy within themselves. So they are led to believe they deserve the silence of their parents. And then when their parent wants something and they come and pick the child up and flatter them and take them out and spoil them, the child believes this to be love when it's actually manipulation. Now, this isn't a parent who's simply busy with work and when they've got the opportunity they take the child out, because when they're busy with work they're not devaluing, criticizing, mocking, ignoring and punishing their child. That's the key difference. A narcissistic person will punish you, they'll belittle you, they'll devalue you, they'll criticize you, they'll make you feel like you are worth less than you actually are. They'll make you doubt yourself and believe you're going crazy. They'll get you to the point where you're begging for every crumb of attention from them so that you feel like you're the problem within the relationship. When it comes to the love languages, these are healthy, genuine dynamics of a relationship. When it comes to the love bombing, this is toxic manipulation. The difference is the intentions behind the behavior. You have to pay attention to people's patterns of behavior, because a narcissistic individual tends to have several players in their life. They have someone they're love bombing, someone they're devaluing, someone they're scapegoating, somebody they're replacing the person they're devaluing with, somebody they're smearing, somebody they're discarding, somebody they're hoovering. With the love bombing, it's a pattern of behaviour with a narcissistic individual. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon. 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and a book on how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. I shall link those into the description also if you'd like to go and check them out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.